What's going on, everybody?
Hey.
Just hanging out.
Yeah, here to talk about three tips. Three tips about running this week again. So let's talk first about progression. I think that it's super important to make sure when you're looking at progression for your running, whether you got a race in mind or whether you're just trying to add distance or speed, that you progress slower than you think you should. Make sure you take the time to get good at the level you're at before progressing on, and also understand that there's going to be progression and regression. So sometimes you're going to keep getting better, and then one week you're going to have a down week, or something's going on with work or life or whatever, and you might have to back off by a couple miles for that total volume that week, or that speed, or whatever. So just know, progress slower than you think you should, and understand that you have ups and downs within that progression. It's not a straight line.
We'll work off that idea of progressing slow with point 2. Run slower than you actually think you should. Like when you're starting, but even to have that adaptation, you don't have to be sprinting. For most of running, especially if your goal is to run long distance, we should be able to have a conversation pace. It should be something that is easy to maintain for a long period of time.
Absolutely.
All right, and then tip number 3, we're going to talk about cadence, which is how fast your feet are hitting the ground. You actually want to have a pretty high cadence, and so you can run with faster steps or slower steps at the same speed. So faster steps at 5 miles per hour or slower steps at 5 miles per hour. But what happens when you speed up your steps is each step hits the ground a little bit less hard than if you're taking long, like these bounding gazelle steps. And so you decrease the force per step, which decreases injury risk. It allows you to have like a more vertical tibia when you hit the ground, which also decreases the amount of force going through your whole body, and it generally is just a little bit of a better way to get into running than these long bounding gazelle steps.
Absolutely. So progress slower than you think you should, run slower than you probably think you should, and
step faster than you think you should.
That's 3 tips.
3 tips.